Breast augmentations are one of the most common procedures that we perform here at Ideal Plastic Surgery. They're popular because they enable women to make changes to their breasts, to either make them larger, to fill the upper pole that can get emptied out with childbirth or with weight loss, or to correct congenital abnormalities. The surgery involves placing an implant through a small incision under the breast and then behind the pectoralis muscle as well. The surgery takes only about an hour. You go home the same day. On the morning of surgery, I have you sitting up and I draw on you some anatomic landmarks and where the implant will sit. And then after you're asleep and I put the implant in, I'll sit you up to make sure that it looks well in the upright position. Lay you back down and sew everything up, send you home the same day with instructions not to use your pecs for lifting, pushing, pulling, not to bounce like jogging or horseback riding for about a month. And you'll be surprised that it's really not that uncomfortable. It takes about 2 to 3 days to figure out that really it just feels like a pulled muscle, and that reminds you not to do those activities that we want to minimize for the first month. The surgery has some trade-offs. One is that there's an implant that may not last your lifetime, so there may be the need for further surgeries. There's a chance of losing the feeling in the nipple with the surgery, although that doesn't happen very often. And bleeding and infection and other things like that are also very uncommon, particularly with all the safety mechanisms that we have in place here at Ideal Plastic Surgery. The way we help you pick the implant has several aspects to it. One is we measure the base width of your breast, and then we find an implant that seems like it would fit that base width. The implant manufacturers help us because they make several different styles or profiles of the implant, and I liken that to making hamburgers. If you take this much ground beef, if you make a flat burger, it's bigger around. That's a low profile implant. If you make a juicy burger, it's smaller and it sticks up more, and that's a high profile implant. So we can help you get the volume that you want and have the ideal appearance by staying within or near the base width of your breasts. There are saline and silicone implants. We tend to favor silicone implants these days. They're softer. When they eventually leak, you don't have that social emergency of this one going flat while you're on your trip to Hawaii. We can follow them on mammograms and ultrasounds and MRIs to check on the status of the implants. And most of the manufacturers offer a 20-year warranty at this point in time. But silicone is softer, it feels more like natural breast tissue. It's very unlikely for silicone to ripple, where saline will always have palpable ripples, if not visible ripples. There's a small chance of losing the feeling in the nipple, and there's a small chance of a problem called a capsular contracture, where the scar tissue that your body naturally makes in the first month around the implant can shrink and change the shape of it. Fortunately, that's not a health problem, but if the appearance is unsatisfactory, there are ways for us to correct that. I hope this information is helpful. I'll be happy to meet you in person and answer any questions that you have to help you achieve the ideal appearance for your breasts.